Yes, I have already made massive gains. Yes, I intend to make more. And yes, I'm slicker than Owl Snoot when picking these projects. The bull run is near and there are things that I know to be true in a bull run. Money will be made, you have a good shot at that money, and mania has not hit yet and things are going to be crazier than a soup sandwich. Remember, there were three major catalysts that we were looking for this year. Number one was the Fed pivot, printing money probably in Q2 or 3 of this year, especially with all this election cycle, election FUD coming out. Number two is the Bitcoin halving scheduled to be happening sometime in April, maybe even late May. And 3, the Bitcoin ETF approval. This has already happened. This is already in the books. This one came in and it was about as subtle as a flying brick because everyone saw it coming. It's exactly what's been spurring on this whole bull run in crypto. And during the bull run, you have to look for one thing: hype. Okay, hype is what's going to drive this bull run. Hype involves a lot of things. It could involve utility, it can involve people, it can involve YouTubers or influencers or productivity or whatever. But overall, the word to encapsulate it all is narratives. Narratives, it's what drives hype and drives the crypto prices. And there are 3 major sectors in crypto that I'm looking at because I'm so convinced that these things will do well. Number 1 is AI. Any crypto in AI is going to do pretty well. Number 2, gaming. I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think there's a lot of people talking about this and they should. There's a lot of hype going around it. So you should be joining on the board. At least in my opinion, I'm going to be joining on the hype train. And number 3, launchpads. I think this is a sleeper. I think launchpads did so well in the last bull run. I did so well with them. Not just the coins that they were launching, the projects that they were launching, but the launchpads themselves. They were doing very, very well before it all came crashing down. But I think, again, in a bull run, I've learned my lessons. I think in a bull run, I could ride that wave and get off as soon as possible. So the token we're talking about today will combine the narrative of the Bitcoin ETF and how much that brings to the ecosystem where people can invest and you can diversify their portfolio, and the hype train that is the professional hype developers and makers and machine that crypto produces with these launch pads. It's called the Alvaro protocol and it's got some of the biggest eyes and influencers on it right now with a growing base of followers, Discord members, Telegram people, all interested, and we're all trying to get in on the ground floor, and this is your opportunity to do that as well. My name is Aaron. I'm just your weird crypto friend in a cowboy hat, spending his nights doing research, talking crypto to other people in the area. I keep things simple with my lizard brain, and one thing that's simple to me is free. And so I've got some free airdrops. I got some things that you could get into to get some free money, especially some giveaways that I like to do towards the end of this video if you want to stick that long and kind of pick up along what I'm saying through the video. But listen, I am not your guru. This is all gambling. This is all speculation, okay? You have to do your own research, okay? Don't be lazy. Don't be so lazy that you marry a pregnant lady, okay? You got to get up off the couch and do your own research here into your own opinions and formulate your own thoughts and conclusions on these crypto projects that we're talking about here. You can't just trust some Yahoo in front of a hat wearing a camera. You can't let the tail wag the dog here. You got to do your own research yourself. So what is the Alvaro protocol? Let me just put this simply. You can make your own fund, your own little ETF, okay? You pick any of these coins that you want from any chain, you tokenize them, you make them into a token, and then you sell it to people, or people buy into that fund if it performs well, or if it is performing well, if they trust you. Now, when they do that, you make a percentage off of whoever is buying. Now, they have their calculations on how much and how all that works. I'm not going into that. You could read the white paper for that. I'm just letting you know. I'm putting this before your eyes to do their own research. So here it is, the Alvaro protocol, right? This is for fund managers. Basically, you tokenize your picks on whatever fund you want to create, and then people want to see, that fund is going to do well, and so then they buy in, and then you make some kind of percentage off of that. So here are their partners, right? They're street cred. They got BD Ventures. These are just basically people who investors. Tencent is the launch pad here. We made a ton of money with them last bull run. They had things like Meta Hero and the Alaskan Gold Rush. They had a lot of good projects that went strictly, really to the moon here. Here's Tencent. You really got to buy in. You got to join the whole community. But yeah, this is launching on Tencent if this is something that you're interested in. Now, remember, when we're talking about ETFs, we're talking about people who are picking these different coins and they're going to manage the funds for you. Now, why would you want to have a basket good of funds here? Why would you want someone to manage your funds and you just buy into the token? Why don't you want to just manage it yourself? I think I could think of at least 3 reasons, and they're all really related to quality of life. Number one is you don't have the time to research 10, 20 different projects, but you like a sector. This is why I mentioned the narratives, right? AI or gaming. Now, now you're not like me, right? You're not staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning researching 20 different projects from the AI sector, right? And then seeing if they're legit or seeing if they're true AI or not true AI or busted AI. Like you have no idea. Why would you? But you know that AI is going to do well. So why don't you just pick one coin that manages 10, 50 different AI projects? Why don't you just go with someone who did that already and just average out between them? Just pick the whole sector. So of course you could have different funds like AI funds, gaming funds. You could even have Cardano. You could have meme coin funds. So you could have and they could go to different chains. So like SNEC on ADA or Bonk and Dogecoin and SHIB. And now you've got like a whole like a meme coin fund. You could do things like I don't know, an Alex Becker fund. Okay, he likes gaming cryptos, but he also likes these large cap. He talks about those altcoins too. You could go that route. So maybe you create an Alex Becker fund and you tokenize that and then you sell. Maybe people are going to be willing to buy into that. See, that kind of generates a lot of hype in my brain. What about a Trump fund? Trump has a lot of these coins or that shoot off, like the Trump coin. There's a ton of Trump coins. Who knows, one of them might shoot off. Or a celebrity coin. So I know there's a Tate coin out there. Trump, maybe, I'm sure there's a Biden coin out there. You don't know how these will play, especially with the narratives of the election cycle coming up. And you really, if you hear me talking, I sound like crazy, but you can't overthink crypto. Crypto, you got to be lizard brain with this stuff. You just got to be super simple. Stick to the narratives. And I think that a way to tokenize a narrative would be in a this kind of fund, this ETF-ish fund that allows us to do that. So yeah, there's a lot of accessibility, so you don't have to do a lot of research into a whole bunch of different coins here. Number two, you don't have time to keep up to date with the projects, right? Why would you want to keep up with every single one of those projects? If you say you picked out a gaming fund here and you tokenize a whole bunch of gaming sector coins, do you really have the time to keep up with each one of these? You go into every one of their discords and you could lose money on big, or you just kind of like keep up with the token, keep up with the sector in general. I think that's just a lot easier. And number three, of course, is it averages out your losses, right? Some will outperform others, some will do terribly. And if you own a sector, if you own like a type of fund, it averages all of that out. So you don't have to like get in the weeds of, again, keep it simple. Don't try to be smart. You got to be dumb, okay? You got to be dumb when you're getting in crypto. Don't overthink things. I mean, honestly, that's how I made my money. So we could get into this. You could read this whole thing yourself, right? But I just want to point out to you, but this is how it all works, right? An ERC BTS is our basket token standard, allowing users to pull a collection of assets across different chains into a single manageable public fund, enabling users to showcase their skills within crypto markets or take advantage of other skilled traders by contributing to their fund. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. You go into a fund, like if you like how Alex Becker picks his stuff, just go right into that fund. Just go right into that fund. Or if you think you got the skills, you sell to other people and you make a profit. And that's the name of the game here. It seems like this is pretty simple to create. It seems like all you have to do is upload a logo and kind of market it out. You'd have to do your own marketing here. There's a minting fee of a 1% minting fee here, and it seems pretty simple to create. Look, this is straightforward stuff. I don't want to overcomplicate it. There does seem to be a component of marketing here that is kind of, if you're getting into creating the fund, you might want to know, okay, how do I market this thing? Where do I go? What are the communities I need to be buying into? And you'll actually know when you'll get market feedback. Hey, is this sector good? Are my picks good? And so there's a lot of market feedback in that way. Actually, I actually appreciate that. So this is their white paper. And like I told you, I'm a crazy nerd, okay, who does research at like 2 o'clock in the morning here. And on page 20 here, I'm going to scroll down to page 20. They have a interesting, aspect to this whole thing that I didn't consider until I read this thing. It says at the initial creation of a ERC BTS, this is the token, the fund creator can opt for whether or not to utilize lending protocols to earn additional yield on their fund's underlying assets. As their fund grows and more participants join, the BTS DAO will ultimately determine whether or not lending practices begin, continue, or cease. They can also decide whether or not the interest is earned, is claimable by the BTS token holders, or whether it's fed back into the fund to increase the NAV, or some combination of the two. APYs for each fund will be displayed under the fund's information as well as on the leaderboard. Look, what this is telling me is that you could take the underlying assets of your fund here, and which, by the way, you're using the assets from Tencent or Alvera. You take those underlying assets and then you put them up to a lending protocol and you generate additional yield for the token holders. Now, this is a little problematic, right? This is not sound investing management of your portfolio, right? This is some house of cards type of stuff that I'm hearing. Like, this is not the way to do it. And just that they give the option for that is kind of crazy, right? It's just it's a little crazy. Like I said, do your own research. This was a bit of a concern of mine. But if you, I mean, high risk, high reward, you're in crypto, right? You're literally in the most degeniest of cryptos that you could get into, which is a launch pad, right? It's like you want the bottom layer. So if they change that, everything is subject to change. I'm sure it does. They even mentioned that in their white paper, like, hey, this is a sound default position on receipt of underlying assets is that they be held and not used for any staking, lending, or yield enhancement or other functions unless the value of the token can be insured. And you know, how can the value of the token be insured? That's what they're saying, is that you got to take extreme care of the funds that you're managing here, which I thought it should be, you know, highlighted for you. But I mean, like, the hype is there. Look, they've got 42,000 followers. They've got a lot of promotion, a lot of marketing behind this, a lot of dollars. I joined the Discord here about 3 hours ago, and you could see in 3 hours how many people I've already started like feeling like people are signing up for this thing. This is that's just 3 hours right there. So that's where people have just signed in. Be sure to check these out, guys. If you want to know more, be sure to check out the Alvera protocol. Look, I did say that there are some opportunities to make a little more money. There's a big airdrop that they're giving away here. 4 million Alva tokens. This is worth at $1.2 million. So this is how you do it. You just click up here to airdrop right up there. Let me see over there. Okay, there you go. Airdrop. You click on that thing, you do all the tasks there. You could join their Discord, you could share on their socials. I know a lot of you guys like to do that, especially when you don't have a lot of money to invest in. If you get one of these Alva tokens in, maybe it'll turn into something really big. The second is that I'm doing a giveaway on my own channel, on my own video. This video, if you type in whatever you think is the best thing that you saw from Alva, especially from the white paper or anything that I send this video, put in the comment section below. Include your BSC or ERC token address or wallet address, and I'll be picking the winners live, and I'll be sending out that money right there. And we'll do like $100 giveaway or something like that. We'll do $100. We'll do it on the live sessions. Anyway, thanks so much for watching.